Moore's law. Beyond the first law of computing, computer chips are arguably both the most complex things ever mass-produced by humans and the most disruptive to our lives. So it's remarkable that the extraordinary pace they have evolved at was in large part influenced by a 3-page article published 50 years ago this weekend. It noted that the maximum number of components that manufacturers could cram onto a sliver of silicon, before which the rising risk of failure made it uneconomic to add more, was doubling at a regular pace. Its author, Gordon Moore, suggested this could be extrapolated to forecast the rate at which more complicated chips could be built at affordable costs. The insight, later referred to as Moore's law, became the bedrock for the computer processor industry, giving engineers and their managers a target to hit. Intel, the firm Mr. Moore went on to co-found, says the law will have an even more dramatic impact on the next 20 years than the last 5 decades put together. But could its time be more limited? Industry driver. Although law computing's pace of change has been driven by human ingenuity rather than any fixed rule of physics, Moore's observation would be a more accurate, if less dramatic, term. In fact, the rule itself has changed over time. While Moore's 1965 paper talked of the number of elements on a circuit doubling every year, he later revised this a couple of times, ultimately stating that the number of transistors in a chip would double approximately every 24 months. In the beginning, it was just a way of chronicling the progress, he reflects. But gradually, it became something that the various industry participants recognized as something they had to stay on or fall behind technologically. So it went from a way of measuring what had happened to something that was kind of driving the industry. Exponentially explained for most people. Imagine